Kass, congratulations on your book launch.
Thank you.
This is your 7th book.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience writing this book.
Well, all other books I wrote entirely on my own. And this book I wrote in collaboration with Dr. Varatharajah. This book was a little different. I did express myself to Dr. Varatharajah that I experienced nightmares writing this book. When he narrated his story to me, I had to go home and rewrite it, polish it up, so it was experiencing what he experienced in Sri Lanka. Mm-hmm.
So you came into writing this novel with very little understanding of what happened in Sri Lanka, if I may.
Yes, yes.
How did your interaction with Dr. Varatharajah shape that knowledge?
He gave me his personal anecdotes about what happened to him during the genocide, Tamil Genocide. And his experiences were very emotional. I couldn't help but empathize with him and sympathize with him. And you must remember that when I left Dr. Varatharajah, I had to go home and polish the book. So can you imagine me putting words, writing the dialogue of those characters in the book, which were real characters? Mm-hmm. And I had to put the dialogue in their mouth. So it was as if I was those characters. And I felt the pain, I felt the emotion writing about them.
So through the process of writing, you lived some of those characters.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let me ask you this then. It has been said time and time again by the Tamil people of Sri Lanka living in the diaspora that what happened was a genocide. But the world is reluctant to accept that. Though there is more discourse now, the world is reluctant to accept that. What is your take as the author who lived through many of those characters? What is your take on what may have happened?
Well, I believe it should begin with the parents articulating their stories to their children. And their children carry the stories through mouth to mouth. If we look at the Holocaust, there's a lot of people out there that are articulating their stories. Look at the books written about the Holocaust. And I believe this is the first book written about the Tamil Genocide. It's all about articulation. If parents articulate their experience in the war with their children, maybe their children will feel the flair and have the knowledge to write about it themselves, even if it's in a form of a journal, not necessarily a novel. So I feel more articulation is required so that the outside world knows what's going on. And obviously a literature book like this will transpire into the outside world, and they'll learn more by reading. Through reading, they'll learn more about the Tamil Genocide.
Who did you intend this book for?
The intention of this book, I would say, for the young readers or young adults, I would say, because the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. And by young adults reading this book, they have knowledge to carry with them into the future. And they would educate their children about what happened to their parents and grandparents as well. So I would say my target audience were adults and young adults, especially. With children, I'll say certain parts were very graphic in nature. Even reading it is graphic in nature.
Let me leave you with one final question. Now that after many months of labor, talking to Dr. Varatharajah, understanding the emotions behind his story, understanding the realities behind his stories, and you becoming many characters in parts of the book, how do you feel now that the book is launched?
I feel as if I am a Tamil Sri Lankan. Because I feel I've lived through what they've lived through. And I feel that I look at it as my personal experience now. Because this is going to be my anecdote that I'm going to narrate to my students in class as if it was my story. Well, it is my story now.
Indeed.
Yes, so I will narrate it to them. And I have to make a comment. Well, Dr. Varatharajah just told me, you are the author of the book, but remember, I'm the father of the book.
That is very cute. Congratulations.
Thank you so much,
Congratulations again.
Ragavan.
And I
Yeah.
think this book is going to do big volumes in
Yes.
terms of how many people it's going to reach. And,
Yes.
and you've done a fantastic job
Thank you.
narrating that story.
Thank you.
Looking forward to many more from
And
you.
we hope that more people will narrate their stories to me, and we'll bring it out there to the world. Let them know of what the Sri Lankans went through.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.